The Ellen DeGeneres Show is normally fun and exciting, with Ellen giving away free stuff, surprising fans and guests with either gifts or generous donations, and happily dancing to whatever music her DJ will play. So it might be surprising to think that uncomfortable moments would take place on such a fun show. Yep, you heard right. There have been instances of Ellen having to deal with the awkwardness that would spawn from said moments. But how did these awkward moments come about? More importantly, how did Ellen react to them? And how did she try to resolve such awkwardness? And did she even try to resolve it? Today we'll be looking at the top 5 uncomfortable moments that have ever been aired on The Ellen Show. Whether it's guests losing their cool on stage or being subjected to unintentional ridicule, The Ellen DeGeneres Show has had its moments that will make audiences and the viewers at home say, WTF. Be sure to stay tuned until the end to find out what moment is in our top spot. And as always, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Starting at number 5 is when Nicole Kidman constantly threw some shade at Giada De Laurentiis. Although Ellen is known to poke fun at some of her guests that come onto her show, the talk show host would never suspect 2 guests trying to outdo each other or even throw shade at each other. There was beef between Nicole Kidman and Food Network star Giada De Laurentiis when Ellen had joined the 2 women in a 2017 episode in a cooking segment. The segment started off okay, with the 3 of them learning how to make a few of Giada's Italian specialties. But then Nicole would start to openly criticize Giada on the way that she preps the food. As Nicole continues to be rude to Giada about her cooking, Ellen tries to play it cool, but the biggest blow from Nicole came when Giada had asked her if she had ever made arancini balls out of leftover risotto before, to which Nicole took it as an inappropriate comment, thinking that the term referred to testicles, and then she said out loud that the comment wasn't, quote, family friendly. However, Giada did manage to get Nicole back when she saw the Little Big Lies star form a perfectly shaped arancini ball. Giada would point this out by announcing, quote, the woman who can't cook made the perfect ball.
That's not a ball. Oh my God, the woman who can't cook made the perfect ball. That's amazing.
Nonetheless, this was nothing more than a petty squabble between a movie star and a chef star. Coming in at number 4, Jessica Simpson's slurred interview. Now, it's one thing to go on a talk show without something to talk about. But what if you did have something to talk about? Multiple things to talk about, actually, but can't seem to stick to one idea at a time. Well, this is exactly what happened when Jessica Simpson had sat down with Ellen for an interview. In her 2017 interview with Ellen, Jessica seemed to have trouble speaking coherently, which the talk show host herself began noticing right away. Instead of asking the actress if she was okay, Ellen just sits there as Jessica tries to get her thoughts in order. However, this only made the situation worse. Before anyone in the studio knew it, Jessica's weird behavior got her talking about things like mermaids not being able to pee on their children, her thoughts on the definition of manhandling, and her trying to figure out how long her marriage is. You heard right, peeing mermaids, manhandling, and not remembering how long you were married to someone.
You're expanding, right? What are you going to do now?
We're always expanding. There's nothing out of reach.
So there's nothing you'd say no to?
No.
Jessica's speech grew so outrageous that Ellen was nice enough to cut to commercial break to save both her and the audience from more awkwardness. Jessica would later go on to say that her weird behavior was caused by her being drunk during her interview with Ellen. However, one can argue that Ellen should have seen this coming, but instead chose to let Jessica on the show despite her drunkenness. A risky move on Ellen's part, but still, the best advice would be to stay home and not do the show if you're super wasted. Future reference, Jess. Like what you see so far? Then please leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. And as awkward as the first 2 moments were so far, with slurred speeches and 2 guests trying to one-up each other, the most awkward moments are yet to come. Stay tuned to find out what bizarre and uncomfortable moment on Ellen makes it to number 1. Up at number 3 is Ryan Seacrest's gift blunder. Imagine opening a gift in front of a group of people and seeing that it should have been opened in private. Has this ever happened to you before? Well, it happened to Ryan Seacrest, and, well, let's look at the story and how it went down. It was in 2008 on Ellen's birthday when Ryan Seacrest was a guest on her show. The episode starts out innocently enough with Ryan giving her a bingo game. And no, the bingo game is not the awkward gift in question. Don't worry, we're getting there. But then Ryan pulls out another gift from behind him and he immediately puts it back in the bag because he saw it was not family friendly. The gift in question? An adult toy. Well, it may have been a dildo, but we might never know since Ryan had immediately put it back in the bag.
More gifts?
I don't know what that is.
And tried to bring the attention back by operating Ellen's bingo game and loudly calling out letters and numbers. But nobody can forget the laughter from both Ellen and the audience. Sorry, Ryan, it was that funny. Next on number 2 is Kanye West's rant on Ellen. As most people would know, music artist Kanye West has a long history of being an egocentric, outspoken individual. In other words, he's quick to either silence or to even talk down to anyone who either criticizes his work or his behavior. And not surprisingly enough, he made that perfectly clear when he sat down with Ellen in 2016. What started as a normal interview immediately turned into a rant against the audience that lasted for approximately 6 minutes. You heard right, Kanye spent about 6 minutes going on a rant that no one saw coming. Not even Ellen was prepared for such a stunt from the music artist. Although Ellen was nice enough to let him get everything off his chest, she knew that something was up, and this intuition was proven correct when things took a drastic turn once the episode had aired. It was reported that sometime after the show, Kanye was hospitalized for his psychotic episode. So, how did it start? Well, when Ellen had asked Kanye if he ever regrets any of his Twitter posts, that was probably what set him off. As you know, Kanye isn't ashamed to go on Twitter and speak his mind like President Donald Trump. However, if you were to ask him if he regrets anything that he has said on the platform, just like Ellen had, then be warned. He'll be on you like flies on garbage. Wouldn't you know it, it was then on Ellen where Kanye would go on an explosive rant about his career, how people nickname him Wacko Kanye, and the fact that he's been cyberbullied on numerous occasions. Whether you believe that Kanye is the victim in all of this or not, it's safe to say that going on live TV and making the biggest stink about it as possible is never the way to go. Now mind you, this wasn't something that Ellen was expecting. Even the audience could be heard nervously laughing as Kanye went on his 6-minute long tirade. So far, we've seen celebrities appear intoxicated on the Ellen DeGeneres show, people ranting with no filter, and surprise gifts that should have gotten a censor bar, but didn't. Yes, we've seen that Ellen is no stranger to awkwardness. But what outrageous moment on Ellen will make it to number 1? What moment was so awkward that it actually caught the queen of comedy by surprise? We'll give you a hint. If you try to mess with Ellen, then she'll be sure to make you pay the price for it. Sort of. Stay tuned. And the number 1 uncomfortable moment that aired on Ellen is going to Ellen jail. On the Ellen show, you would think that the audience would be on their best behavior when attending a live show. However, as we've seen in the other TV shows, anything can happen either before, during, or after the show, or even behind the scenes. On one episode, Ellen decides to do a little social experiment, where she sets up a table with souvenirs on it and puts up a sign telling audience members to only take one item. Hidden cameras show most people regarding the sign. However, there was one particular audience member who wanted to take more than what was allowed. Hidden cameras capture the woman taking multiple items from the booth. And when a bystander asks her what she's doing, she basically told that person to shut up. Moments later, when more and more people are at the booth, the woman returns to switch out one of her stolen goods for a cap. Though it wouldn't take long for Ellen to put together a montage of people visiting the booth, which meant that the woman's scheme would be revealed to everyone, including viewers that were watching at home. So, when confronted by Ellen herself, the woman had to fess up. It turns out her excuse was that her friend couldn't make it to the show and that she wanted to bring back a souvenir. Right. The woman was made to sit in a makeshift jail cell on stage for much of the show, or so we think.
You go sit in that Ellen jail over there right now.
Now, it's unclear whether or not this lady would face any charges of theft, but she still might have learned her lesson by then. So, rule of thumb, don't ever steal from a comedian, because chances are you'll be the butt of their next joke. Plus, rules are there for a reason. If you don't follow the rules, then chances are you'll end up on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Do you agree with our list? What other uncomfortable moment have you seen on Ellen? Let us know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, we'll see you guys on the next video.